already written in the Bible, and its end. Yes, Iran appears in the Bible from Genesis to the prophecies of the end times, but under its ancient name, Persia. Because the Bible doesn't just tell us about Iran's beginning. The second name, Iran.
Did Iran witness the birth of Christ first? The truth about the Magi time. Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem. Matthew 2:1, NKJV. Before the angels appeared to shepherds, before the echo of a newborn's cry in Bethlehem, before the Roman Empire even noticed, a star rose over the east. And far from Judea, in a land rich with science, faith, and ancient prophecy, Iran may have seen the sign of the Messiah first. Who were the Magi? Why did they come from the east? And what does their journey say about God's reach beyond borders? Let's uncover the truth about the Magi and the sacred role of ancient Persia, known today as Iran. Who were the Magi, Persia's sacred scholars? The word Magi, Greek magoi, refers to a priestly class from ancient Persia, modern-day Iran. They were Zoroastrian scholars, interpreters of dreams, and expert astrologers. According to Matthew, they came from the east. Matthew 2:1, and historically the east of Israel meant one thing: Babylon and Persia, lands under what we call Iran today. The Magi were no ordinary travelers. They were philosophers and spiritual leaders. They likely belonged to an order that had, for generations, studied the stars and ancient writings, possibly even Jewish scripture. But how did Persians know about the Messiah? Daniel's legacy, a seed planted in Persia, or current Iran. To understand how Persian Magi knew of the Jewish Messiah, we go back 600 years. To Daniel, the Jewish prophet who served in the courts of Babylon and Persia. Then the king promoted Daniel and made him chief over all the wise men of Babylon. Daniel 2:48. Daniel didn't just interpret dreams, he left a prophetic timeline. From the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince. Daniel 9:25. He served under King Darius and King Cyrus of Persia, and his teachings would have been known to generations of Magi. It's likely that Daniel's prophecies were preserved among Persian scholars, passed down, studied, and when the time was right, believed. The star rises, celestial signs in Persia. Then one night the heavens shifted. For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. Matthew 2:2. What was this star? Some believe it was a conjunction of planets. Others say a supernova or a divinely created light. Whatever it was, these Persian wise men recognized the sign, but not as astronomers, as believers. They knew the prophecy. A star shall come out of Jacob, a scepter shall rise out of Israel. Numbers 24:17. And so they packed treasures, prepared for a dangerous journey, and followed the star across mountains, deserts, and empires. From Iran to Israel. Their journey likely covered over 1,000 miles, taking weeks or even months. They crossed deserts with caravans, bringing gifts fit for a king. When they reached Jerusalem, they caused a stir. Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? They asked. For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him. Matthew 2:2. Herod the Great, a Roman client king, was terrified. A new king? A Jewish Messiah? A threat to his power? He called for Jewish priests and scholars who quoted the prophecy. But you, Bethlehem, out of you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. Matthew 2:6, citing Micah 5:2. Herod sent the Magi to Bethlehem, pretending to want to worship the child, but he was planning something far darker. The star reappeared, guiding them not to a palace, but to a humble home. And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. Matthew 2:11. They didn't question his poverty, they didn't demand a throne, they worshipped. And they gave him 3 powerful gifts: gold, recognizing his royalty; frankincense, a symbol of divinity and prayer; myrrh, used in burial, foreshadowing his death. These were not random, they were prophetic acknowledgments, delivered by Persian men of faith, a divine warning. The Magi go home. They should not return to Herod. Matthew 2:12. So they left quietly, disappearing into history, but their visit had fulfilled a divine pattern, that Gentiles, outsiders, recognized the king long before his own people. The legacy, what the Magi reveal about God's plan. Why did God call Persian Magi? Why them and not the priests in Jerusalem? Because this story wasn't just about Israel, it was about the world. Indeed, my servant will be a light to the Gentiles. Isaiah 49:6, nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. Isaiah 63. The Magi's journey proves God's truth transcends borders. Faith is honored wherever it is found. And yes, Iran once saw the light of Christ and responded with worship. Long before the world celebrated Christmas, before churches were built, before the gospel reached the West, 3 men from Persia saw the star, and they believed. They came with gifts. But what they brought was greater than gold. They brought faith. Let their journey inspire ours, to follow the signs, to seek truth, and to worship the one born King of Kings wherever we are. What do you think about Iran's connection to the birth of Jesus? Comment below, like, subscribe, and share this video if it moved you. Until next time, keep seeking the light.